yesterday we have seen one example that shows us how to get the intermediate points. These were our intermediate points. That is 3, 3, then 4, 3 was there, like 5, 4 is there. And based on that point, how we can like put something on that particular pixel and how we can draw a line. So basically that was the procedure of DDA algorithm. So now we need to see how we can do the same thing with the help of algorithm. Okay. Yeah, fine. So I hope that this thing is visible to you now. Okay, so what it says is, what we have to do is we have to start with the very first thing that we have is the start endpoints. Okay, that is x1, y1 and x2, y2. We can say it xa, ya, xb, yb, and something like that. You can program it. Okay, so initial thing says is we have to calculate delta x and delta y. Okay, and then we have to take, like we took two things, that is steps and k. So basically what it says, we have to calculate this thing at the very beginning of the program, and then once we get this thing, we have to check for certain things, certain condition in our code. So very first thing that we have to check is to check the absolute value of dx and dy. Okay, why we are taking this absolute value? Because it can happen that you might get this thing in negative terms, or that is at this stage we don't want this thing to be in the negative side, because if it is negative then we won't be able to proceed further with our steps. So basically what we have to do is we have to check the absolute value of delta x and delta y. So if it is greater than the absolute value of delta x is greater than absolute value of delta y, then what we have to do is we have to assign that number of steps to the absolute value of dx. So if I say that you are the value, absolute value of dx is 5 and your absolute value of dy is 3, then what we have to do is you have to take that number of steps. So in our case, if the value of delta x is 5, then we have to take number of steps, that would be equal to 5. So now we get one value, that is number of steps we get beforehand. Before going further to the code, what we get is like, okay, we have to do this much number of steps. So 5 would be our number of steps for this algorithm. Okay, yeah, you have to imagine this thing with some values, else you won't be able to get this thing. Okay, try to come on time because I'm still getting the request. Okay, once you get the mail, what you have to do is you have to click on the yes button so that I don't have to admit you each and every time. Okay, so keep that thing in mind, else everything is fine. Okay, fine. So what it says, if it is not greater than absolute value of dy, that is delta y, then you have to take that much steps for the further processing. Okay, so that is over here. So if the absolute value of dy is suppose 3, or if it is like if the absolute value of dx is not greater than dy, then you have to take that much number of steps. So in our case, suppose it is 5 or suppose it's 6, then the number of steps would be 6. Okay, then what you have to do is, what it says is we have to x increment and y increment this thing. Okay, so now next it goes, because as we have seen in the algorithm also, we have to increment something or we have to decrement something so that we could reach that to that particular point or to that particular endpoint. So we need some kind of incrementing thing or decrementing thing so that we can reach to that point. Okay, but how we would be able to know that, okay, these are the required things, or this is the number of this is number of value, or this is number of integer that we want to give it to the x increment value. So basically what it says is dx, that is delta x upon float steps. Okay, so now over here, suppose delta x, as I told you, suppose the delta x value is 5 and number of steps that we got is 5, so it will go over here and it will say that 5 upon number of steps. Okay, so 5 upon 5 would be 1. So we get one thing, that is x increment. So now we have one thing, that we have to increment the x value by 1 based on this thing only. See, यहाँ पे कुछ भी ऐसा नहीं है कि कहीं से भी नहीं आने वाला है. You have to follow the complete procedure in this algorithm. So based on the thing that we have, that is delta x value upon number of steps, that right now we just right now we got is 5. So 5 upon 5 would be 1. So we got this thing. Now y increment is equal to delta y upon the steps. Okay, so delta y, as I told you, suppose the value of delta y is like 3 and the number of steps are 5. So whatever value you are getting, you have to put it in the y increment value. So you cannot do it by your own, or you don't have to follow your own procedure. Okay, so you have to follow this algorithm only, because this is a standard algorithm that is proposed by the author. So you always have to follow this thing. So once you get this thing, what you have to do is you have to take the rounded value of x and y. As I told you that DD algorithm will always take the rounded value instead of taking the floating point value. So if it is 4.5 or something, then it will always round it up to 5 or greater than that. Or suppose if it is 5.5, then it will round it up to 6. So you have to take the round value, and the set pixel, what it will do is it will put that thing, or it will color that thing particularly with that value. Okay, now until we are dealing with something that starts with some endpoint, and we have to go up to some point. So basically we are concerned with number of steps, number of iterations. So what obviously one thing comes into the mind whenever we program the algorithm is the number of steps. So based on the number of steps, what we have to do is we have to run a loop. So up to that step, we have to run this thing. So what we have done is we have one value, that is x increment. In our case, if it is 1, or if it is 0.5, then what you have to do is we have to put it over here. So that is x equal to x plus x increment. Basically x, and the next thing we have to do is y, and y equal to y plus y increment. Whatever value we get, we have to again keep putting it into the algorithm. So that would be able to create a line, or if we are certainly if we are adapting a circle generation algorithm, then we have to put it in that thing also. That this thing would create a complete object onto the computer screen. So basically you'll say that, okay, how many different possibilities could be there. So as I told you earlier also, it's not like that okay, we will be dealing with certain parameters that we have. We have sampled at unit interval, yes sir. And what about condition we had? We had checked. Okay, fine. So basically, see, the things that we have seen, we have seen is unit step or unit interval at delta x or delta y. That is fine. That is the theoretical procedure. But what if you try to do the thing by programmatic way, or by programming way? So you won't be able to restore a line by that particular way. So what you have to do is you have to follow this procedure. So if you follow this procedure, you would be getting the complete rasterized line, or you'll be able to draw a line onto the computer screen. So suppose what you do is you try to take multiple things, multiple values, multiple endpoints, that is starting endpoints, some different endpoints, and ending endpoints. Okay, so if you try putting this thing into this algorithm, you'd be getting this thing correctly, very correctly. So I have checked it for all the endpoints, multiple things. I also taken the negative thing. So if I'm getting the x increment, or suppose if it is a y increment, if I'm getting it in a negative form, then definitely would be getting this thing in the negative. We also suppose the suppose the starting endpoint is pi and the ending endpoint is 2. So what is required is we have to decrement this pi each and every time. So in that case we have to decrement it. So see, if we are considering this case, we have to take the absolute value, and if we are considering this case, then we don't have to take the absolute value. So whatever value we'll be getting, if it is in negative, then we have to consider that negative value. If it says that if it is -1, then we have to put this thing over here in this algorithm. So we have to consider that is x minus 1. So at each and every stage we have to check for that particular thing. And yeah, so that is what you have to do in DDA algorithm while programming the same thing. So this is the standard algorithm that is proposed for the DDA algorithm. Okay, okay, fine. So that is the basic thing, very first thing that you have to do. Okay, instead of going in the manner that we have seen to to rasterize a line. Okay, using this thing. Okay, so that is the very first thing, and this is the procedure for DDA line drawing algorithm. Likewise, you can do the same thing in the C programming thing. Okay, try to check each and every condition, try to put multiple values. Not like that, okay, it would be always increasing. So it would be you have decreasing values also. So try to put these values in this algorithm, and try to devise, try to program a thing. So that would give you correct thing. Okay, so I have checked this thing, I have checked this algorithm for multiple values, and it is giving me a right answer. Okay, it is like it is able to rasterize a line. Okay, so now what we have to see is we have to see Bresenham line algorithm. Okay, yeah, in DDA we had sample this thing. Yeah, that is fine, but that is the theoretical way. That is the thing that you need to do on with pen and paper. But what if you try to program that thing? You won't be able to program that thing. So for programming perspective, you have to follow some rules, else you won't be able to see things that we write. That is fine, but in the end or the end, what you need is you need some certain things. You need some procedure to follow, else you won't be able to program that thing. So that is the conditions that you have to check. So this is a very simple procedure that you have to follow in DDA algorithm. Similar way, you'd be having um, a different procedure for Bresenham algorithm also. So this is the thing that you can do. Okay, and we have one more algorithm for line drawing, that is Bresenham algorithm. So why we are using this thing when we have DDA algorithm? So what it says is it provides us an accurate and efficient raster lines generating algorithm. That was developed by Bresenham. Okay, so Bresenham is the author of the algorithm. So that is the very first thing, and why we are using this thing, because it is giving us a very like it is giving us an efficient raster line generating algorithm. So that's why we are using this thing, and the number of steps is also less, and the calculation is also like very efficient. So whenever you try to program it, or whenever you feed it to the multi-processor thing, or if you have so many things to be like illuminated or to be displayed on the computer screen, at that time it would be performing better than the DDA algorithm. So this thing you can always use. Okay, so again the same procedure would be followed over here, that is the incremental integer calculation. Okay, so the same thing would be like modified to display circles and other curves. So then the same thing would be used for the ellipse generation and circle generation also. Okay, so what it says is the very first thing you have to check is based on the slope. We take unit step in one direction and decide the pixel of other direction from two candidate pixel. Okay, like earlier in DD algorithm, we were not having any such kind of like processing or procedure. We have to choose from the multiple options. We were just selecting one thing and we are going ahead in that direction only. But over here, what it says is based on the slope. First of all, we have to go like we have to start from some x or y direction, and then we have to decide the like we have to decide we have to go further with another pixel that is close to that particular line. Okay, so you can think of this algorithm as it would be giving us more precise answer as compared to the previous one, because what we are doing is we are using one decision parameter that would be giving you the closest point or the close pixel to that particular line. So you'd be getting more like precise line or the more precise value. So but obviously this is more helpful and this is more efficient than the previous one. Okay, because decision parameter is over here and we have to choose it from the candidate pixels that we could have at any point. Okay, so two candidate pixel ye kya hai, that we will see how we can decide this thing also, that we have to see in the Bresenham algorithm. Yeah, I got few requests to put the PPTs on the Moodle, but I was not able to like do this thing because of the uh, workload, and I have to modify this PPTs also before putting it on the Moodle. So I will try to do it in 1 or 2 days, and yeah, and also I will try to put one tutorial one from the unit one, and I will do this thing by Saturday because I'm not getting the time to do this thing. I will do this thing also. So based on the tutorial one that comes out from the unit one, you'll be able to know that okay, this will be the most probable questions that can be asked in the examination. Okay, once I get this time, I'll put up like I'll upload each and everything on the Moodle. Okay, so we'll continue with this thing, that is the Bresenham line algorithm. Okay, so what it says, you have to check for the very first thing, very first condition, that is if delta x is greater than delta y. Okay, what if it is this, if this is the case, and what it says, we have to sample at unit x interval and vice versa. So basically if it is not greater than delta y, then we have to sample it at unit y interval. Okay, the similar case is to be followed over here, but one difference over here is to check the candidate pixel. Okay, that is closer to the line. So what it says is the very first thing, if delta x is greater than delta y, see at each and every stage we are taking the absolute value. Okay, if the value would be in, if the value is in minus or if it is negative, then you will not be able to make the decision at the early stage and you would be like getting into trouble, you won't be getting correct answer. Okay, so check that possibility also. Once I give you some questions or tutorial from this unit, you'll be able to get this thing also, but don't worry, I'll be giving you example also, so you'll get the idea. Get an idea. Okay, so very first thing that we have is the initial point, that is like that is rendered at xk and yk. Okay, so we have one point, and then another thing that we have is a line path. Okay, that can be shown like this. Okay, this is the line path, and then we have two candidate pixel to choose from. Okay, so basically what it says is we have two candidate pixel to choose that is close to this line. So if we get an idea that okay, this one is this much closer, if it is in like a floating point, or if it is very precise, if we know this information, then what we can do is we can choose that okay, this line is closer to, but obviously as we can see that this pixel is closer to the line, so we have to choose this pixel instead of choosing this one. Okay, so based on some algorithm, based on some calculation, we will be able to do this thing. Okay, so that is what we have to do now. Okay, we have to choose the like candidate pixel. Okay, so we have two things, two available things, that is xk plus 1 and yk, and similarly we have another pixel that is xk plus 1 yk plus 1. So see basically what you have to do is you have to check for this thing as of now. If I say xk plus 1, तो आपको पता चलना चाहिए कि xk plus 1 कहाँ पे मॉडल होगा, and if I say that is equal to xk plus 1 and yk plus 1, तो वो कहाँ पे मॉडल होगा. Okay, so that is what you have to do, and based on that you have to choose something. Okay, so before going to this thing and before like getting to this thing, okay, so we'll be using this thing now. So what it says is now we need to decide which candidate pixel is much closer to the actual line. So this is our line, and we need to decide which is the best, which is the thing that we could choose for the like intermediate point. So if we get this information, we can easily do our processing. Okay, so what it says, for that we have one thing that is known as decision parameters. So now keep this thing in mind. You have a very big thing coming up for the next few algorithms, that is the decision parameter. So based on the decision parameter, you need to decide something, okay, whether to choose this or that. So yeah, we use decision parameter. Now what is this decision parameter? We have to like it can be derived by calculating distance of actual line from two candidate pixel. Okay, so like this is the line, we have to calculate distance from this line to the upper pixel, as well as we have to calculate the distance from this line. We have to calculate the distance of this line and the lower pixel. So if we have the distance of both of these pixels, we will be saying that okay sir, this one is closer to the upper. You'd say that okay sir, the upper pixel is closer to the line, so we'll be choosing the upper pixel, or vice versa. So basically that is the scene or the scenario in the Bresenham algorithm. Okay, so now derivation or deriving the Bresenham line algorithm. Okay, so but obviously if we are talking about the line algorithm, so we have to start from the things that we have, that is y equal to mx plus b. You cannot start with anything else, so we have to keep this thing in mind. Okay, so very first thing is the line equation. So we have to again start with the same thing. Then what it says is actual y value at xk position. Okay, so now we have to replace this thing because we are working with multiple pixels. What we have to do is we have to replace the x value with xk position. Okay, because we are actually starting this thing from a particular position, so we have to take that position. Okay, instead of taking just x value. So let's say that we have this thing as of now, we have this thing named as xk. So that would be the very first thing with us. Okay, what you do is all of you also like take one pen and paper with you and try to do this thing side by side. else you won't be able to get this thing. You'll be like totally confused with the algorithm. Okay, so what you do is you take pen and paper, and the things that we are doing side by side, you like keep writing this thing. Okay, and at each and every stage you check the possibility. Okay, this could be the substitution, this could be the simplification process, and yeah, at the end, if you are getting the particular thing or not. Okay, so yeah, don't just spectate this thing, you also try to like write down this thing. Okay, so if you have pen and paper, just start doing this thing. Okay, so that is the value that we got, and what it says is we have to again check the direction in which we are going. So basically the position that we are like expecting next is xk plus 1, as we have seen in the DDA algorithm also. Okay, so because what we are doing is we are going in one like a unit, we are taking unit interval in x direction, so we have to add up one value to the parameter so that we can go further for our processing. Okay, so xk plus 1 is the next thing that we can do. So what you have to do is you have to put up this value in the line equation. So now the equation would be mxk plus 1. Okay, so write it down in your book also. So now what it says is distance between actual line position and the lower candidate pixel. See, we, as I told you, you have to check both the possibility. First we will check is the actual line position and the lower pixel. So in our case, this would be the first case, and the second case would be the uppercase. So we have to check both the things. Okay, so what it says is distance between actual line position and the lower candidate pixel. Okay, keep this thing in mind. Okay, if you're not getting it, keep writing this thing. Okay, so now what it says is we have to choose this thing, that is the lower pixel. Okay, so lower pixel says that d1 equal to y minus yk. How you got this thing? Basically based on this thing only, so that is y minus yk. Okay, so y minus yk is our first thing that we got. Okay, so now what you have to do is you have to simply substitute it with some with some values that we have. Okay, so very first thing that we have is the value of y. So value of y would be the very most recent value that we have as of now is m xk plus 1 plus b. So this is the very first thing that you have to substitute to the y value. Okay, minus yk. So write down this thing in your notebook and wait for the next step. Okay, yeah. Okay, so this is the very first thing that we have with us, that is d1. Okay, if you have written it, what's the next thing that you have to do is you got to do is distance between actual line position and the upper candidate pixel, that is this pixel. Okay, so dekho, I am showing you this thing like in the pixel form also, so that you can get an idea that okay what I want to convey. Okay, so there won't be any confusion. So abhi mujhe kya karna hai, I have to check the distance between this line and this pixel. Okay, so now for that, what we have is we have to go one step above. So for that would be that, but obviously would be having one thing, that is yk plus 1 minus y, because we have chosen the next pixel, that is the upper pixel. So अभी ये चीज आपको पता होनी चाहिए सर, +1 क्यों लिया और यहाँ पे क्यों नहीं लिया, because we have like we chose one thing that is above the lower pixel. Okay, so that's why we have like we took this thing. Okay, so now the next thing that we have is yk plus 1 minus y. Again for the y, what you have to do is you have to take the value, the most recent value of y. So in our case we have this value, that is m xk plus 1, okay, minus b, because of this sign that we have. Okay, that is minus sign, because of this sign we got minus b. Okay, so now write both of this thing in your notebook, that is d1 and d2. Okay, अगर नहीं लिखा है अब तक तो फिर से बुक फटाफट लो और ये दो वैल्यू अभी लिख लो, that is d1 value and d2 value. Okay, I'll give you 1 or 2 minutes to write down this thing, that is d1 and d2 value. फिर क्या करना है, I'll show you. Okay, see, everything is like very proper and in a flow, so don't get confused at any stage कि सर ये कहाँ से आ गया, वो कहाँ से आ गया. See, I am showing you the pixel value also, so that you get an idea that okay, this is the pixel value, and that's what, and why we are like adding 1 to this thing, or why we are subtracting anything at this point. So because we want the distance, so we need to minus it also. So write it down in your notebook. Okay, now you have two values, that is d1 and d2. Okay, fine. So now what you have to do is you have to calculate the distance. Okay, because what we want is we want a decision parameter. Okay, that could choose the best available pixel at that point of time. So decision parameter कैसे मिलेगा? So that is based on d1 minus d2. अभी क्या करना है आपको? Do this thing in your notebook. d1 minus d2 करो, चलो fast. d1 की वैल्यू आपके पास है, you already have the value, so you just have to put it. You have to put this value in the d1 and this value in the d2. Okay, d1 minus d2 करो. Okay, so what it says is m xk plus 1, that is this value, plus b minus yk. Okay, it is over here. Similarly, d2 value. So, but obviously, if you have m over here, what you have to do is the next step is to multiply m with the terms that are available. Okay, so mxk plus m plus b minus yk, similarly minus yk plus 1 minus mxk minus m. See, we are changing the sign because of the minus and minus b over here. Okay, so abhi aap log karo, that is d1 minus d2. Okay, now simplify the whole thing that we have. So in our case, what it could be, देखो एक बार क्या करना पड़ेगा हम ये अभी आपको. Okay, try to simplify this thing now. So now what you are getting is, see, because of the minus sign, the inside, like the signs that we have inside the bracket will also change, and if it is changing, then if will be getting yk minus 1 plus mxk. If we are getting mxk two times, then we have to add both this thing, that is 2 mxk. Again, would be getting different sign over here, that is m, that is 2m in our case. So we'll be taking this thing, and then we have this thing that is plus b over here because the sign get changed because of the outer sign. So we will be having 2b with a similar simplification is needed to be done. Okay, ये process है, उसको simplify करो book में, and you have to show me this thing. Okay, simplify it, and then you will definitely get this thing. Okay, so that is the simplified version of the above equation. Okay, it is a very like simple thing that you can do. Okay, अगर ये कर लिया है और simplify हो गया है, तो just write down yes in the comment box. Ikta or someone can do this thing. Okay, simplified. Okay, good, very good. Okay, fine. So now what it says is you have to put the value and you have to substitute the value of m with delta y upon delta x that we already know. So now what it says is we just have to put delta y upon delta x in, substitute m with this delta y upon delta x. Okay, once we do this thing, what we have to do is again we have to like do all kind of processing with this thing because we cannot keep it as it is. Okay, so try to simplify this thing again, this stage, this complete equation, try to simplify it and then see what you are getting. Okay, बेसिकली क्या करना है, कुछ नहीं करना है आपको. You have to multiply this thing, that is delta y with this terms, okay, that are inside this bracket. And similar way, you have to take this thing minus 2yk plus 2b minus 1. Now what one remaining thing that we have right now is delta x, that is not common in both the equations. So what we have to do is we have to take it as a common thing, and then we have to multiply this delta x with the remaining thing also. Okay, once we do this thing, we have to simplify whole of this thing. So that would be giving us the final value of d1 minus d2. Okay, once you get this thing, write it down in your notebook and see what happens. What is the thing that you are getting? Okay. See, the students who are not getting this kind of derivation and all, so don't worry about this thing. I have complete derivation step by step. I have derived each and everything, so don't worry about this thing. I'll try to share my screenshot also from my notebook. So if you don't get it from the slide, and if you are like thinking that okay sir, this thing is getting bounced, I'm not able to simplify this thing or how this equation came, so I will show you each and everything. I have notes with me, so I will take the screenshot of that thing and then like I'll share it in the PDF form. Okay. Fine. So now we'll proceed further. What it says is the decision parameter. So we have one thing that we have to take, that is decision parameter will always be denoted with P or PK. Okay, so we have to do this thing at each and every stage. So what it says is that is equal to delta x d1 minus d2. Okay, so d1 minus d2. So now the things that we have in d1 minus d2, we have to substitute this thing in the next equation. Okay, so we'll put each and everything in this equation. We'll try to again simplify this thing. Okay, so what it says is 2 delta f. So now what you have to do is once you have like simplified this thing, once you have substituted each and everything, what you have to do is you have to multiply each and everything with delta x. So and then what you'd be getting is after simplification you'd be getting this term. So try to simplify this thing and try to like achieve this thing. Okay, if you get this thing, then you can write yes or no in the comment box. Okay, definitely you'll be reaching at this stage because I have multiplied each and everything, and the thing that we get is this thing. Okay, so that is the value of pk. ओके, ये जो चीज है उसको सिंप्लीफाई करो अभी. Okay, see this thing, this delta is getting multiplied with this thing also, that is minus 2 yk delta x. So it is over here. Now बहुत ही simple है, this is just a common things that you do in the mathematics. So वही आपको यहाँ पे follow करना है. Okay, and few things would be deducted also. Okay, so once you get this thing, what you have to do is the next step says that you have to like replace this thing. You have to again substitute this thing with a simple constant, that is c. So what will be replacing is 2 delta y plus 2 delta xb minus delta x. So we'll replace this thing with c now. Okay, to make it simple. Okay, so because at the end we are going to use this thing in our numericals. Okay. Similarly, what we have to do is if we have done or if we have calculated this thing for pk, similar thing is needed to be done for pk plus 1 because we are checking it for each and every intermediate intermediate points. So for each and every intermediate point we need some decision parameter. Okay, we can't be relying on this simple one thing that we have. So at each and every stage we have to follow this thing that would be replaced with k plus 1 in our case. Okay, so now you write down this thing in your notebook, that is pk plus 1 equation. Okay, so now as of now done, very good bro. Simplify ho raha hai na, so that is fine if you are getting this thing. Students who are not getting this thing, simplification process, substitution process, and I will show you the complete derivation that I have with me, so don't worry about this thing. Okay, each and every stage I am here to help you. So now as of now we have two things, that is pk value and pk plus 1 value. Okay, so now what we have to do with this value, that we will see. Okay, so now what it says is, as we did in the DDA algorithm, that is we have to subtract pk from pk plus 1. So pk plus 1 minus pk. So now both this thing we'll put it over here and then we'll minus it. Okay, so so now what it says is we have to take what we have done is, like uh, we have kept this thing as common term, that is 2 delta y, and inside that we have one thing, that is xk plus 1 minus xk. So it comes out from these two things. Okay, similarly we have kept one thing as a common term, that is 2 delta x. So in this case we'll be having yk plus 1 minus yk. Okay, because of the minus sign that we have. Okay, and then the constant would be removed from this equation. So now we have one simple term over here, that is 2 delta y xk plus 1 minus xk minus 2 delta x yk plus 1 minus yk. So now what it says is we have xk plus 1 minus minus xk equal to 1. Why we have taken 1 over here? Can you answer me? It's not like that कि हमको ऐसे ही 1 रख देना है. Why we have used one value? Because the interval says that, okay, if we go from xk position to xk plus 1 position, and what we are doing is we are taking one increment. Okay, we are like increasing it by value 1. Yes, so that's why we have to choose this thing. We have to like use this thing in our equation now. So we'll replace this complete thing with 1 to make it like to like keep it, or to make it very simple. Okay, so we will substitute this thing with value 1. So now we'll be getting, we'll take the pk over here, so we'll be getting pk plus 2 delta y minus 2 delta x, and then again we have one more thing, that is vk plus 1 minus vk. So now you'll say that, okay sir, we don't have this information with us, but obviously we can't say that, okay, we have incremented this thing by one value or some other value. So what it says is, it depends on the selection of the previous pixel. We could be having value ranging from 0 to 1. So based on the value, what we can do is we can either use 0 or we can use 1. Okay, if we are using 0, then we'll be getting pk plus 2 delta y. Okay, if we are putting it, like if you are substituting this thing with 0 value, then we'll be getting pk plus 2 delta y, and if we are using value 1, then we'll be getting pk plus 2 delta y minus 2 delta x. Okay, so this is the decision parameter that we got, that is pk plus 2 delta y minus 2 delta x. Okay, based on the sum, based on the scenario that we will be using, we'll try to see this thing. Okay, so now what it says is, that is the like decision parameter to choose from the candidate pixels that would be having at the intermediate stage. But what if we are starting this thing from the very beginning? So we need something to be with us with the like on the in the very beginning of the algorithm. So for that, what we have to do is we are trying to like derive one more thing, that is the initial decision parameter, because we are going to start this processing from the very beginning, and at the beginning stage we need something to decide, okay, from where to start. So now we have one more thing, that is decision parameter, that will be denoted with P0. Okay, so what it says is the first decision parameter P0 is calculated using the equation of PK. So equation of PK क्या है आपके पास? That is over here. is the equation of pk that you have to take. Okay, that says that 2 delta y xk minus 2 delta x yk plus 2 delta y plus 2 delta xb minus delta x. Same thing you have to take and you have to write it in this initial decision parameter derivation. Okay, same thing we have written over here. Fine. So now, okay, fine. So now what you have to do is, what it says is we have to choose this because it is the initial decision parameter. We have to keep the value of k as 0. So what it says, put k equal to 0. Okay, so p k would be 0 in our case. Okay, so now p0 is the case. So what it says is substitute b equal to y0 minus mx0. Okay, ये क्यों हमने किया है y0 minus mx0? Anyone? Yeah, simple thing. We have taken this thing, the equation of line. So that's the thing that we have substituted over here. Okay. So similar thing is needed to be substituted with this thing. Okay. B value. Okay. जो हमने अभी लिया है. So B equal to y0 minus mx0 because we are dealing with the very first parameter, that is the initial decision parameter. In our case, we have k value as 0. So we have to choose. We have to write 0 at each and every stage. Okay, now what it says, we have to again use this thing, the equation, the slope thing, that is delta y upon delta x. So now over here we'll be having the value of m equal to delta y minus delta x. Now this is the case, then again what we need to do is we need to multiply this thing with the terms that we have in our hand. Okay, so upon after doing this thing, you'll be getting this value. So try to do this thing in your notebook, you'll be getting this equation. Okay. So like after simplifying whole of this thing, what is the remaining thing in our hand is 2 delta y minus delta x. Each and everything that we have would be subtracted. Okay, so this thing would be deducted and then this thing will also be deducted. So the remaining thing is 2 delta y minus delta x. So 2 delta y minus delta x is the remaining thing, and this is the initial decision parameter that we have in our hand. Okay. So yeah, so you have to write down this thing in your notebook. Okay, 2 delta y minus delta x. So now we'll start with our Bresenham algorithm. So what it says is, okay, fine. So what it says is input the two line endpoint and store the left endpoint in x0, y0. So if we have one endpoint, you get in the left endpoint, likewise, like 2 2 will be our left endpoint. Okay, so now load this endpoint, that is 2 2, into the frame buffer, that is plot the very first point. Okay, so based on this thing, what you have to do is, based on the endpoints, you have to calculate the constants. So that is delta x, delta y, 2 delta y, and 2 delta y minus 2 delta x. This thing you can easily get from the two endpoints. You do not have to query or anything. You do not have to put any logic or something you have to do. Okay, you just have to calculate these values out of the given values, and what it says is obtain the starting value for the decision parameter as well. So the very first thing that we have right now in our hand is p0 equal to 2 delta y minus delta x. Okay, whatever value we'll be getting, because this is the initial parameter, we don't know where to start from. We have to calculate this thing. Okay, based on the p0 value, we have to check whether it is greater than 0 or less than 0. If it is greater than 0, then what? And if it is less than 0, then what? So we'll try to put it in the previous thing that we have derived. Okay, so what it says is at each xk along the line starting at k equal to 0. So what obviously we'll be starting with x0, perform the following test. So what it says is if pk is less than 0, the next point to plot is xk plus 1 yk. Okay, keep this thing in mind. Okay, you have to increment the x value while keeping the yk constant at this stage. Okay, you don't have to do anything with the y value, and the new decision parameter would be pk plus 2 delta y. That is the value of pk plus 1. Just now we have derived this thing, and then if this is not the case, if it is greater than 0, then what you have to do is you have to increment x value as well as y value. Okay, so you have to increment both this thing at this stage in this iteration. Okay, if this is the case and if this thing is getting satisfied, then what it says is now one new like this in parameter in our hand, that is pk plus 2 delta y minus 2 delta x. But that's what I wanted to show you, that these things are like not coming from the air or something I have written by my own. These are the things that has been like derived by Bressenham. So we have to deal with this thing and we have to use this thing. Yeah, from the exam point of view, what you have to do is you have to use and you have to study all these derivations also. So we could be like you can expect this thing in the examination. Okay, so now what it says, the next stage is repeat step 4 delta x times. Okay, so we have to do it delta x times. So if the value is 5 or 6 or something, then we have to do this thing for that much amount of time. Okay, so few things that you have to keep in mind is, yeah, so it is generalized to line with arbitrary slope. So what you have to do is now see if this is the case, if this is a simple case that you have, then you can consider this algorithm. But what if the slope is greater than 1? So if the slope is greater than 1, see, whenever you try to program this thing, you will be getting the problem, okay, of the slope if the value is not uh, proper or something, if you are taking different possibilities. So if this is the case and if the slope is getting greater than 0, then what it says is you have to use the same algorithm, but we have to interchange the value of x and y. If I say that you have to interchange the x and y direction, so what you have to do is you have to simply change the x and y positions in the algorithm. Nothing else you have to do. See, you did not have to worry about anything. Okay. Suppose यहाँ पे ये x है ना, यहाँ पे क्या करना है आपको y k रखना है और यहाँ पे क्या करना है x k करना है. Similar case would be over here also. You have to put x y k plus 1 and x k plus 1. So similar thing is needed to be followed in this case also. Okay. That is the first thing. And then what it says is we can revise algorithm to draw a line from right endpoint to left endpoint. Both x and y decreases as we step from right to left. As I told you, the case won't be the same if we are going from right to left. So if this is the case, then what it says, we have to decrease x and y values. So as we have seen in the algorithm, right now what we are doing is we are like incrementing this thing. But if this is the case, if we are going from right to left, then we have to minus this value, that is xk minus 1, and similar case would be followed over here, that is xk minus and yk minus 1. Okay, that is the case that we need to study. Okay, yeah, you'll say that okay sir, we are not getting this thing, but obviously you won't be getting this thing until unless you perform something on the real values. So we'll see this thing in the tutorial part or in the practice session part. If we are not getting this like a time or separate time for like doing this thing, then what we'll be doing is we'll assign one lecture for the complete problem solving thing. Okay, so I have a few problems, based on that you can do this thing. Okay, what it says, when pk equal to 0, we can choose either lower pixel or upper pixel, but same for whole line. Now if the slope is negative, the procedure is similar, except that now one coordinate decreases as the other increases. Okay, so you'll be dealing with multiple situations based on the values. So if there is a negative slope, then the procedure remains same, but what it says is one coordinate would decrease and another will increase. So that case we'll also see. So the special case handled separately by loading directly into the frame buffer without processing. So this is a thing that we'll see whenever we'll be doing programming part. Okay, so now we have an example over here, the same example that we have seen in the DD algorithm is over here. Draw a line with coordinates a22 and b64. Okay, so be ready with this thing. What it says is, based on the algorithm, what you have to do is you have to calculate the values, okay, in advance. So plot left endpoint as we have seen in the algorithm. So left endpoint would be a22. Okay, so the four values that you need to calculate is delta x, delta y, 2 delta y, 2 delta y minus 2 delta x. So if you have this value in advance, then it would be easier for you to compute the remaining things. Okay, so that is needed in advance. So we'll proceed further. So now what it says is the initial decision parameter is needed to be calculated. So what it says is 2 delta y minus 2 delta x, that we know. Okay, this is the initial decision parameter. So now try to put the values in this equation and based on the equation, what we are getting is the value of P0 will be equal to 0. So now what it says, the value is not like now the value is not greater than 0. Okay, so now what it says based on the algorithm, what it says that so we need to select the upper pixel. Okay, upper pixel, that means what we need to do is based on the algorithm that we have. Okay, we have to increment both of this thing. Okay, that is xk plus 1, yk plus 1, and we have to choose this decision parameter, that is the new decision parameter. So after doing this thing, we'll be getting the new decision parameter, that is p0 plus 2 delta y minus 2 delta x. So we have to use this decision parameter from our algorithm itself. Okay, that is over here. So based on this thing, you have to again check for the condition, again check for the newly available decision parameter. So now the new decision parameter says that it has the value -5, sorry, -4. So based on the condition, the new value is -4. So now again you have to check for the condition if P1 is equal to what is the value of P1, that is a decision parameter. So now again we'll see the decision parameter is less than 0. So what we need to do is, if it is less than 0, then you know that you have to check the, you have to select the lower pixel. So in this case our value would be P1 plus 2 delta y. So we just have to substitute the values over here and we have to check for the new decision parameter. See, what we are doing is at each and every stage we are trying to select the best available candidate pixel or the best available pixel out of the possible things. So the pixels that is close to us or close to the line that we have to choose. Okay, again 0, we are getting value 0. So if the condition is not getting satisfied, then we have to check the upper pixel. Again, we have to put this thing into the new new decision parameter. Okay, so now again the value would be p2 plus 2 delta y minus 2 delta x, and that would be 0 plus -4, so it will be equal to -4. Again we are getting -4, we will be getting value that is less than 0. If the value is less than 0, then what we have to do is we have to proceed further with the remaining thing. But as you can see, we have reached to the end point, that is 6 and 4. So we have to stop there, and these are the best available things. These are the intermediate value that we have calculated out of the Bessonham algorithm. Okay, so this is a general scenario where we have like taken two things. The first endpoint says that it is having 2 value, another thing is 6 4. So we have to check different possibilities for the line drawing, and based on that possibility we can like modify our algorithm also. And if we can modify, then we have to like interchange the value of this delta x, and sorry, we have to interchange the value of x and y also, and at some certain point we have to decrement the value also. So whatever things we'll be doing now, the base will remain same, the algorithm will always remain same. What we have to do is we have to check the slope value. Okay, based on the slope value we have to check how we can proceed. Okay, this is a very simple case that we have seen in the example. So that is how you can like do a sum, do a numerical using the Bessonham algorithm. If you have any doubt, you can like ping me or you can write anything in the chat box. It's fine. कोई confusion है तो हम लोग देखेंगे फिर से, not a problem. So yeah, you can